Alex and his wife Vanessa desperately wanted a baby, but they couldn't get pregnant. One day at work, Alex discovered an abandoned baby on the train tracks and decided to bring her home. But then the baby's mother showed up to their surprise. Alex met Vanessa when he was 29 years old and she was 27 after a chance encounter at work. He just finished his shift driving trains in New York and spotted her on the platform. She was busy reading a book and didn't notice when a thief approached her. Alex yelled and Vanessa resisted when the criminal grabbed her purse, but he took a knife and stabbed her side. Alex wanted to run and catch him, but he stayed and covered Vanessa's wound instead. He also got in the ambulance with her. She was scared and alone. "If I don't make it, can you call my mother? Tell her all my banking information saved on my computer. She can keep everything." Vanessa pleaded with Alex, who was still just a stranger to her, but Alex didn't let her continue. "You're gonna recover from this. You're young and strong. You can do this," he said vehemently while holding her hand. Luckily, the doctors patched her up and said that she would have a full recovery. Alex visited Vanessa every day at the end of his shift, and after that they got to know each other. They started dating when she was discharged and married a year later as their dreams aligned perfectly. They began trying for a baby because they wanted a big family. Unfortunately, Vanessa couldn't get pregnant. When they visited the OBGYN, the doctor revealed her past injury would make it almost impossible for her to have children, and offered several other options such as surrogacy or adoption if they wanted to start a family. "Darling, I think we have to contemplate these options. There are different ways to have a family, and there's a kid out there without any parents waiting for us." Alex tried to persuade his wife days after their visit to the doctor. "I don't want to talk about that right now," she answered sullenly. She remained detached for several days, but Alex needed her to talk. "Honey, we should go to a therapist. You need some help to heal from this news, and it'll be great for us in the long run," he suggested. Vanessa agreed because she hadn't dealt with the trauma of the robbery and how it caused her infertility. It seemed to work. She opened up to the therapist and seemed happier, but one day Vanessa finally came out with the truth. "The reason I've been so detached is that I think we should get a divorce and you should find a woman who can give you kids." "What?" Alex shouted unexpectedly. "No way, I don't want another woman. If you don't want children at all, that's fine, but I love you. I want you. You're my wife. We're a family whether we have kids or not." Vanessa smiled and cried in his arms that night. After several more months of therapy, they both settled into a life without kids. Years went by and their love never wavered. They doted on their nieces and nephews while enjoying their own little family. Alex was 40 years old when everything changed. He was still a train driver and was reaching his last stop of the day when he spotted a baby on the tracks. "Oh my God!" He yelled and hit the brakes hard. Luckily, he wasn't going too fast in the first place. People only noticed the baby when they saw how abruptly the train stopped. Alex got out of the locomotive and grabbed the child. It was a girl around 5 months old. He couldn't believe someone had left their baby in the middle of the train tracks. No one on the platform had any idea where the baby came from. Authorities checked the CCTV and saw a hooded man laying the baby on the rails when no one was looking, but he left promptly and there was no way to identify him because he didn't buy a train ticket. The police called CPS, which instructed for the baby to be brought to the hospital first. Alex asked what hospital and then went home to pick up Vanessa. She didn't know what was going on but followed him. They got to the hospital and talked with the social worker Janice. "How's the baby?" Alex asked her. Vanessa frowned at him as she still had no idea what was going on. Janice looked at him and answered, "Oh, the doctor said she'll be fine. Babies are surprisingly sturdy." Alex finally explained to Vanessa what happened at the train station and she knew why he'd brought them there. "Janice, is the baby going to an orphanage? Can we be her foster home instead?" she asked. "Oh, I see. You'll have to take a class, fill out paperwork, and be approved, but it's doable, especially since your husband managed to save that baby by stopping the train on time," Janice answered. She took the baby while the couple made arrangements to bring her home. After 2 weeks of inspections and going to class, Janice signed her approval and gave them the baby. "She doesn't have a name and we yet have to find a registry for her," the social worker revealed. "That's okay, we'll call her Miracle in the meantime," Vanessa replied and said goodbye to Janice. For 1 week, they were happy to parent the baby girl, but then the police called and told them the mother had been found. Vanessa was reluctant. "She left her baby with a man who left her on the train tracks to die," she pouted. "Honey, we don't know what happened. What if that man stole her baby and she's been desperately searching for her for weeks?" Alex added reasonably. "You're right," she agreed. He went to the station and met the baby's mother, Amira, who rushed to them in tears. Thank you so much, my baby, you saved her," the woman cried. Vanessa handed Miracle over and the woman sobbed even more while looking at the infant. Alex asked what happened and Amira revealed that a man had stolen her baby. "I was at the grocery store with my stroller and I kneeled in the dairy section to grab milk. It was 2 seconds tops, I swear. But when I looked back at my stroller, Dahlia was gone," Amira explained through tears. "Even the police have no idea what the motive was." "Some criminals rarely have a motive. They're just psychos. Her name's Dahlia, that's beautiful," Vanessa replied, both happy and sad they were losing the child. Amira thanked them again for everything they did and left with her baby. Alex and Vanessa went home still feeling bittersweet from that encounter. Alex was afraid Vanessa would go into depression again, but he was wrong. "I have an idea, let's adopt a child," Vanessa suggested to his surprise. "You were right years ago, Dolly was not meant for us, but a baby out there needs parents. Let's do it," she encouraged. Alex smiled at his wife and agreed wholeheartedly. A year later, Janice introduced him to a 2-month-old girl abandoned at a fire station. They named her Miracle.